Today we had our 14th annual Trail of Tears Memorial Walk. We've been doing it since 2003. I got a book over here that's got every year. And it's just to honor our ancestors, all our ancestors, not just the Cherokee, it's Chickasaw, it's all of them that was removed from their homelands. So we will honor all of them. But the route that came through here is the Bells route. Came through here in November 1838. There is 2.5 miles of original road bed where they walked in November 1838, and that's what we do the memorial on. I need everybody to listen up.
Listen up.
I need my main people, my flag carriers. Go get Cerna. And my drum, and my lead people, and I need all my lead people on this wagon first, going up the hill, and any others, I just need you to line up down there, okay? We don't call it a reenactment because we don't want to ever have to reenact the Trail of Tears. It's a memorial to our ancestors.
I'm part of the Algonquin Nation out of Canada, part of the Maliseet tribe. Me and Vicky's been, like I said, friends forever. We've been doing a lot of Trail of Tears walks for her and helping her with different events. She's a friend of the family pretty much, just like a big sister, so it's always an honor to be asked to come here and be able to sing the songs for our ancestors on this walk. Even though I'm only part Cherokee, they're still my family, my ancestors, just from the south, not from the north. And so it's always great to be able to come here and represent by song, which I have a drum group, normally Wolastoqiyik singers. We've took a break for now, but we've been singing for the last 15, 16 years. And so it's always an honor to be able to come out and sing for our ancestors, for our relatives.
I'm here to honor the sacrifice and honor my ancestors. They were done a great disjustice. Throughout history, people have done bad things to people, and America is not alone. And this particular thing, I think, has sort of been forgotten, and we're here to remember that because it was terrible. I mean, people died. They walked them all the way from the southern states all the way to Oklahoma and other places to reservations where they put them on these bleak places and said, this is where you got to live. And for no other reason than they just felt like they didn't belong here. And it's not, talk about a bad thing to happen to a race of people or a group of people, and it's bad. And we have ancestors, you and I both do. Our grandfather and his grandparents and their grandparents, so we all need to remember that and honor it.
Well, we have had people come from Arkansas over here to walk with us. They did last year. And so just whoever and wherever they want to. I mean, they're it's open to the public. We just try to have a good time and honor our ancestors, and we do our prayers and stuff, and we handed out prayer bundles for people to either take home with them, or they could say their prayers to the bundle before they tie it on the tree, or wherever they want to put it. They could put it in a creek or a river. It's just tobacco and sage, and it's prayed over when it's tied. It's a prayer bundle to help give them good thoughts and prayers, and then they can put their prayers with it and pass it on. We have, like I said, we have a few new ones that have come this time. We do a silent auction every year, and that pays for the drum's gas. And we feed our drum, and our people that help us, we try to feed them. This year we had venison stew, and venison chili and everything. And I don't know if you tried any, but we always have Kathy's fry bread, and we have fry bread tacos, and that's just traditional for us. This here is Zuppa Toscana. This is it's Olive Garden recipe. It has potato and sausage soup. And then I got fried chicken and hominy. Love me some fried chicken, and we all like hominy. The corn is pretty sacred to us. And you saw Miss Bernice sprinkling corn behind the drum, the meal. Well, that meal, see, when they were walking, all they had was corn, and they ground that to make their bread or whatever. So corn is sacred in that way. And it also represents the tears that fell along the route. And it also represents that they had to grind their own corn, and it was in the wagons, so it trickled out of those bottoms of those wagons where they were grinding the corn and left a trail because it was the shortest route. It went, you know, from Calhoun to the Arkansas-Oklahoma line. And they went direct, basically following 64 highway to Memphis.
We can walk a mile. They walked a long way in the winter. They left in the winter. Many died along the way. And, you know, it's terrible. Starvation, diseases, you know.
This is a hand drum. Normally we carry around a big 32-inch powwow drum, which we used to carry them in these walks. And that just got to be too much, so we all went to hand drums to be able to sing and walk at the same time without having to try to carry a big drum and sing together. So these were more likely to have than the big powwow drums. Powwow drums are basically, they use them for ceremonies and gatherings amongst the tribe. But if they were singing somewhere else or singing by themselves, they normally had a hand drum that they would sing with.
The worst winter that you know come down the pike. It's one of the worst winters that they had, and they walked through creeks and everything. I mean, you know, and some of them was barefooted because the shoes didn't let the moccasins. They were took from their homes in June and July and put in camps. So you know, by the time October rolled around, when they left, what did they have left? And some of them was taken out of the fields in the summertime, so they didn't have any shoes. All they had was clothes on their back. The ground was a bed, and that was it. And that was all of them. They were put in internment camps. But now they moved some in the summer. That the northern route, which 16,000 were on it, and 4,000 died. So it was a 1,000-mile trek they walked on because they went up through Nashville and around over through Missouri and stuff. So it was 1,000 miles and 4,000 people died, so you can average 4 people per mile. Now this route right here, the Bells route, 23 people died on this route, but none of them started dying until Savannah, Tennessee. They started burying them at Savannah. You know, back in the 1500s it was called Chickasaw. This was Chickasaw land. I mean, Lawrenceburg wasn't Lawrenceburg, it was Chickasaw. When they came through here, yes, it was a bustling town because they started Lawrenceburg in 1832? 1820 something. I can't remember. Some of them came out and stared at them, you know. But now they had a procuring agent that went ahead of them and purchased goods from the farmers. Because can you imagine if 650, 700 Indians pulled up in front of a store and said, I need this? Well, you know they're going to charge them 2 or 3 times the price that it would cost. So that procuring agent went out there and he said, you meet them on this road, which was Waterloo Street and down to Hope Springs here. They come through Hope Springs, they come through here, and they come out to about 241 over there, and then they'll be back on 64. But he'd say, you meet them over there at, you know, Hope Springs, and you bring your stuff, and then the Lieutenant Edward Deeds would sign the voucher so they'd get paid for their goods. When they got to Oklahoma, they had to find a place to live and set up camps and everything. They just, you know, they were turned loose once they got there.
We sure appreciate what Vicki and the people that work with her do to perpetuate and to collect information on our ancestors, the Cherokee and the Trail of Tears and other things. And so I would like to present this staff to Vicki.
Oh my God!
For that. For her gift. As chief of the Central Band of Cherokee, we appreciate what you do for our ancestors. So
Thank you,
very
Ray.
much. And may you walk the paths of life, and this hiking stick help you out in that.
All right, well, I need it. I have to have a walking cane or something all the time.
Look straight at you, all of them, smile.